Okay.
You guys don't mind.
Great.
All right, so we got the links, so let's see how those work. I've added a few changes. I'm breaking this into parts, kind of like the outline is. You'll see that these slides are in. I know, again, Bill, I know it's got to get beautified. But the other thing that I added just for ha-has, just to try it out, is a quiz format. Because assuming that whatever platform we end up in, it's a 30-minute presentation, starting with a wellness piece, breathing, and then at the end of each one, there'd be nothing. It probably doesn't look like this, but they interactive, they're online, they click on here, and then I would type in hit start. I put one question. This is just a trial. Passing mark of 70. Continue. What is Atlas known for? All of the above. Finish now. Confirm finish. And I got 100. And it would, congrats, you've passed. And it would get sent to their email that they entered.
That's perfect.
Great.
So it would be like 5, 6 questions just to kind of, it's just a mastery of the content. And
Yep.
they have more than one opportunity to do it too. But then we have a running record of every quiz they took. So my thought was, just plug it into the end of each session like this.
Yep, agreed. I like it.
Yes, agree. Also simple, clear, short, perfect.
Yeah. I know the other thing that's open is, in terms of a video of maybe, Susan, Kyle, a couple of people on, what the Atlas Way is, why it's special. I kind of saw some of that. Did you shoot that video with the closing spill?
I shot a closing. The one that went on Instagram you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the t-shirts gotten given out, and I saw everybody wearing them last week, and
I know she's expressed this multiple times to me in the last year. She wants as little of her in any of this as possible, which I know you guys know, but she's been sort of reiterating that in the last several days. I think is important to acknowledge that she really wants it to be, the people.
Yeah. We talked about that last meeting.
Yeah.
We covered that.
And I think even the social media stuff, I think she sort of would like a more consistent theme of however we speak to the world, have it be them speaking for her as much as possible.
Yeah, for this
that's what we did. We have a plan. Don't worry.
Yeah, for this particular unit too, I think it's important that she's on here, right in the beginning, because these are people from outside the company. And I do understand, day to day, she wants to kind of, put forward the brand, which is the other, the employees. But I think in this case, just having a welcome to Atlas, Atlas University, something, with her, I think it's important as CEO and owner.
Yeah, I agree.
Very cool.
Yeah. What I wanted to spend a little more, like few minutes, maybe probably not today, but offline talking with you, Dad, is like just a quick brainstorm on what would be valuable for the other folks to say that we talked about.
Yep.
Without saying the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to go next? Do we want to handle this, or I think now that I have the quiz in here, what I'm thinking, guys, is that first unit would probably end at that quiz. This is my guess. So it'd be like 14 slides, with me talking, with the breathing in the beginning, and then they pop a quiz. But just getting these right, the Atlas ones, I know they're wordy, a little busy right now. But getting the interviews on here, getting the Susan slide on. What do you got? What do you think, Florinda? Next.
I mean, I think the program reads very linearly for a reason. I think everything that I structured initially is ordered in a way that's accessible and makes sense as far as progressions of learning. So I would like us to not have to sort of deviate from that or recreate the wheel. You know, I think it flows pretty well. And again, I will defer to the content experts in the manufacturing lane if Blueprints needs to come after, you know, a traveler. But essentially, it should run pretty chronologically in a way that is holistically accessible and makes sense. It's coherent, I think. So the only thing I would suggest is if you feel like content-wise, the more specific pieces, like where you would put a piece on a traveler or a blueprint or a micrometer. But other than that, like it's designed that way because it flows.
Yeah, I think what I'm asking is, you know, just getting that first unit done. You know what I mean? Like, so from welcome, you know, from this slide
Yeah,
all the way through the quiz and get that
yeah,
set to where we
yeah,
agree. Then we proceed to the next section and do the same thing. Like get the
yeah,
template right.
yeah, agree.
That was my question.
Sorry, I didn't understand that well. So yes, I agree. And they should all be pretty parallel.
All right.
And it's really just a matter of plugging it in now with the visuals and the quizzes. It's really should function like a plugin, which you're doing well. Like it looks coherent to me.
Yeah, I think, you know, my point though is, you know, and just getting, you know, like I get it cleaned up, you know, delivering the message without 500 words, you know what I mean? Like that I have here, because these are largely just plugged in from the outline that you know, you so put together so well. But getting it where it's more, you know, speaking points, kind of getting it pretty. But what I'm thinking is if we can just maybe as the next 2 weeks, you know, we'll get together another couple weeks maybe. You know, same bet time, same bet channel, and just have this thing hammered out. And then from there, you know, the next unit is going to fit the same template, same format. Now it's just content.
I'm all for it. I can knock this out by the next call. I just didn't do anything over vacation.
So I will be in and out most of August and traveling. I'll be remote, and my 11 and a half months of on-site curriculum development wraps up next week before she decides sort of what version of it will begin again. I do think when I go back to the initial task that was given me, which is to create as much content as possible, there is a ton of content here, right? You could make 20 different curriculum pieces for this. Yeah. And I'm not worried about it, you know, like, so as the deliverers of the message, this is kind of out of my hands. Put it in whatever way is coherent, makes sense, and is a revenue source for you.
All right, so you'll be traveling. So what we'll do is I'll set up another Zoom for 2 weeks from now. Maybe good. Susan will join us. If you're traveling, that's fine, but I want to keep you in the loop. And, you know, like
I'll be
let
on
you
the
know.
West Coast, but I can jump on, I think, as long as you give me a heads up, we'll try.
Yeah, I want to run it by you too, you know, and kind of get your thumbs up, you know. So even if you're traveling, you know, we'll make sure you're in the loop. Hopefully, you know, we'll be able to, you know, get that Teams things going, because then we could kind of.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to produce a video once we get it right, you know, a half an hour long, you know, that kind of gives us a dry run of that first section.
Okay. Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'll send Susan the recording.
Cool.
All right.
Okay, so just holler if you need anything else from me. I'll continue to work on some variations of the breathing and well-being intros as we discussed, so that, you know, eventually as we get more models up and running, it doesn't seem like the same exact sentence and the same exact background.
All right. Sounds good. All right, have a great Monday, people.
Okay, you too, guys. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.
All right, thanks. Bye.